Pornography is responsible for at least 20% of divorce that is taking place. You may not be consuming it, but somebody else may be. As a child who has never been exposed to it or never thought of consuming it, because a family member that's led to divorce, now you are impacted by it even though you've never seen it. You don't even know what it is. Let me explain. See, subhanallah, with us, when we are exposed to anything, once it's exciting, twice it's exciting, 3 times it's almost exciting, 4 times, then we become desensitized. So now what happens is that we need to, get some more. What was exciting us initially is not doing it. But we want that excitement. So what you do is that you push more and more and more. And that is precisely why there is so much porn out there. Because eventually when people are desensitized to it, you just keep giving them more. So that you create that excitement, you keep that excitement coming again and again and again. So what happens now, the natural stimulants that are within us are now dead. The saddest is when you see a sister coming with her husband, saying, Sheikh, next to my husband, I don't feel like I'm a woman. There is nothing that I can do to excite my husband. My husband is only excited when he watches porn. It is just destroying my family. What do you do to that? And if he keeps consuming this, then that is just as good as having an affair. I see this happening every day in my family and there is nothing that I can do about it. And here comes the brother and he's just really embarrassed. Says, yes, it is a problem. I just don't know what to do. So it all begins by what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us. If you're a believer, remember, the whole idea behind the deen is that you subjugate your passion. That we are in the process of self-discipline, self-control. Yes, I know it's exciting, but I love Allah more. Yes, I know there is temptation there, but this is all about self-control and self-discipline. What is the whole idea about fasting and all that? It's all about standing up for our temptation. It all begins with this. If we cannot defeat the enemy within, there is really nothing that we can do about the enemy outside. So we must do that, my brothers and sisters. Applying these Quranic principles. Lower your gaze. Yes, it is exciting. Lower your gaze. The beautiful thing about our deen is it's very practical. It is very pragmatic. You cannot guard your chastity unless you lower your gaze. So you better lower your gaze. Be it in the form of porn on the net, porn on TV, or just outside, you better lower your gaze. Because if you do not lower your gaze, then you are exposing yourself to the next level. And that is inability, يَحْفَظُ فُرُوجَهُمْ, protecting our chastity. So that does not work. The second thing is that these are young people. We're talking about children as young as 11 and 12. Wallahi, I have seen Muslim kids who are addicted to pornography. And wallahi, I am not making any of this up. These are people that I have seen, I talk to. Young kid, he can barely express himself well. Said, Sheikh, I watch this every day. I can't go to sleep without watching it. You're only 12. So what happens now is that before these kids are fully developed, they are being bombarded with all these sexual images, and they're just not mature enough to know how to contend with it. So as a result, it is really messing up their minds. There was a hearing in the Congress, and listen to this. A hearing in the Congress, and a spokeswoman for this, against porn industry, she's speaking to the Congress people there. She said the following. She said that addiction to porn is far more serious than addiction to crack and cocaine. Then she explains and she said, you can actually clean your body from crack and cocaine. You can get detoxicated. Your body is now clean. It's been cleansed. There is no longer any traces of coke or cocaine in your body. But she said with pornographic images, they are so ingrained in the mind that getting rid of them is almost impossible. And as a result now, we become captives and prisoners to these images that have been there for so long, that we've been bombarded with it for so long.